You know why I'm vacationing in Dubai right now? Because I stopped drowning in RFEs, intake calls, and late night filings. I used to hire freelancers who barely knew what a G28 was. Total chaos. Then I found IMMI support, virtual immigration paralegals trained in real case prep, docket wise, and USCIS workflows. Now my calendar's clean, my clients are happy, and my firm runs while I relax. You can hustle or you can outsource smart. I chose freedom. I chose Emmy support.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily Immigration Dose. This is here on Immigration Talk Show. Welcome, everyone. I'm Napasa, and this is Sam. So, we are going to be here on this episode today, and I hope that you are excited just like we are. And before we head on with today's discussion, I have this important disclaimer, and that is by watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. And I hope, friends, that you can also join us, and you can do so by participating, comment wherever you're watching us, and you can also dial in. So, hi, Sam, by the way. How are you today?
Hi, Napasa. I'm doing great. And hi, everyone. Welcome back once again to this very important session, Daily Immigration Doors at 4 p.m. EDT. And also, friends, make sure that we are live on YouTube, LinkedIn, also on X, and do follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. So I think the pastor today we are here with another very important and very timely topic, right? US pauses immigration raids at workplaces. And I think it's going to be wonderful because the session has so many pointers to cover. So friends, stay tuned and stay connected with us till the end of this webinar. And please participate here by dialing up this number that is 425 with the access code 988888.
Absolutely, friends. And just like Sam has said, we are going to actually be diving deeper into this topic, which you can already see on the screen. And it's a major update that's making headlines across the US, because immigration officials have been told to largely pause the raids, especially on farms, hotels, and restaurants. So stay tuned. But before we head on to this discussion, as usual, we are going to give you a couple of news updates. So, Sam, why don't you go first?
Sure. Okay, so the news update, friends, that I would like to say is about deported family fights to save 11-year-old US citizen daughter. So this is a quite a heartbreaking story, but a very important one to us understand. That is an 11-year-old US citizen girl who survived a rare brain tumor is now stuck in Mexico. That's right. And this happened after immigration officials deported her entire family from Texas in February. Her parents are undocumented, and when they were stopped at a checkpoint on their way to a medical checkup in Houston, they were arrested and sent back to Mexico, along with four of their five kids. So the girl's health, if we talk about it, then has worsened, and she's having headaches, dizziness, and hasn't been able to get the care she needs. Doctors in the US were monitoring her condition very closely, but in Mexico, it's hard to find the right treatment and medication. So her mom says that we are fighting for my girl's life, and the family has now applied for humanitarian parole, asking the government to let them come back temporarily so they can get proper care. Their case is also backed by members of Congress and legal advocates, and they say the family never got a chance to speak to a judge and they were deported without due process. Meanwhile, their eldest son, who is actually a US citizen, was left alone in America. He just graduated high school without his family by his side. And this is the whole story, friends, but this has raised a lot of questions, that should families be separated like this, and what is the mistake of that 11-year-old girl? How she is going to recover herself? So I think we can just say that we are sending love and strength to the family. And in case this is quite heartbreaking story, but it's also very important for our viewers to know. And I think with Napasa, if you can let us know the other news update, then that would be great.
Well, thank you so much, Sam, for that news update. And yes, well, my news update is immigration raids ramp up under President Trump's directive. So, in a significant escalation, of immigration enforcement, President Donald Trump has ordered U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that is ICE, to ramp up deportation efforts in major democratic strongholds, including New York City, Chicago, and Los Angeles. So ICE report it is currently arresting about 2,000 undocumented individuals each day, but the agency is now under pressure to raise that number to at least 3,000. In fact, we had a discussion on this here on Daily Immigration Doors a couple of weeks back on this. And this move follows President Trump's recent acknowledgement that his crackdown on immigration is affecting rural labor markets, particularly in agriculture and hospitality sectors.
Mhm.
So the directive has triggered swift backlash. And over the weekend, while President Trump celebrated a military parade in Washington, millions took to the streets nationwide in protest. Well, and legal battles are also underway, with multiple court challenges being filed against what critics say are unconstitutional mass enforcement tactics. Well, we will definitely update you with more. So stay tuned here on Immigration Talk Show, because whenever these stories, or rather news updates, the story develops, we are going to update you first. So don't forget to also subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. You can also check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. Stay connected with us, friends. And yes, absolutely. Coming back to our topic of discussion today, so there has been a shift as well, on the other hand, that, there's going to be a pause on, immigration rates that have been happening, especially in workplaces like the farms, hotels, and restaurants. And what's behind this sudden shift? What does it mean for immigrant workers or for businessmen that rely on them? And how does politics play into all of this? So, going to discuss all of that. But I think to make it better and clearer for us, Sam, please tell us what's really happening.
Sure. Okay, so friends, I think let's begin with our session. What is happening right now? So, currently, the US government has told immigration officers to pause workplace raids in certain industries. That's right. The administration has decided to pause immigration raids and also arrest at certain workplaces, mainly in industries that depend majorly on immigrant labor. And this is according to report by the New York Times that immigration officials were told to stop worksite enforcement operations at some of the places, including farms and agricultural businesses, including fish farms and meat packing plants, also in restaurants and opening hotels. So, this instruction came in an internal email from Tatum King, a senior official at ICE. So, in the email, what has been written, King clearly told regional ICE leaders to hold on all worksite enforcement investigations and operations. That's right, this has been sent through email. And in these industries, also, it was mentioned clearly. That means there won't be any, surprise visit, any raids, or any arrest at these job sites for now. So, the Department of Homeland Security, known as DHS, has confirmed the order and said they would continue to focus on arresting the worst of the worst. That means they will continue to arrest only those undocumented immigrants who have been committed a serious crime. And this change happened soon after President Donald Trump said that he is going to create a new plan to help industries like farming and hospitality. So, of course, there are few undocumented immigrants in agricultural sector, and I think majority of you know immigrants, undocumented immigrants, are in agricultural sector. But we can't also deny the fact that agricultural sector is also one of the major reason for the U.S. economy, and it's not that simple to remove all those undocumented immigrants at once and there won't be any major effect on the I mean, there won't be any food crisis, or it won't be affecting the US economy. Things will be affected, and I think that's what the administration is knowing everything. So farmers and business owners also, friends, have been warning that deporting large number of workers could really hurt the food supply and can damage the US economy, as that's what we have been talking about. And that's because many of these jobs are done by immigrants, including some who don't have legal status. So at the same time, critics also, those who are supporting Trump's administration, have said that the workplace raids often go after people who are not criminals, just regular workers. So the issue became even more serious after recent protests that happened in Los Angeles. So I think because of these things, people are developing their own point of view and everything. So this is what is happening right now. So Napasa, if you can also let us know, the reason behind this. So that will be easier for our viewers to understand.
Sure, Sam. And if you look at the significant reason behind the shift, and it's, uh, if you think best about it, most about it, it's economic. Because industries like agriculture, hospitality, food processing, they are all facing major labor shortages. And many of these sectors, they have long been dependent on immigrant workers, including undocumented ones, especially to meet labor demands. So President Trump, recently acknowledged this concern, and he stated that his administration would soon issue an executive order to address the negative impact of immigration enforcement on industries like farming and hotels. And this announcement came just days before the ICE guidance was issued. So, farmers, ranchers, restaurant owners, and hotel managers, they've all voiced out their, worries for months. They've all argued that, aggressive worksite raids could actually cripple the ability to operate and even disrupt the food supply chain, especially during harvest seasons or peak tourism periods also. And many farm groups, industry groups as well, have lobbied the administration to shield their sectors from large scale deportations, especially in these sectors. And their message, it has been consistent for months now, because without migrant labor, crops won't get picked, kitchens won't run, rooms won't get cleaned. So how will these industries function, whether you talk about restaurants or hotels or agriculture as a whole? And even the meat packaging, what we have been discussing, and the policy adjustment, suggests that the administration is trying to balance these two goals, because keeping enforcement strong while also protecting economic stability in sectors, which are heavily reliant and dependent on immigrant labor. So this is one reason why the rates are going to be paused in these workplaces. And yes, I'm sure there is so much more to talk about, what this means for immigrants, or much more on this, friends. So all I can say is check us out. We are Immigration Talk Show, and you can subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Also, don't forget to check us out. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram. And very big hello to Ranjit and Valiant. We are going to take up your comments a little later in the show. But for now, we'll just go for a short break. Don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back here on Daily Immigration Dose on Immigration Talk Show with Meena Pasa and Sam.
You know why I'm vacationing in Dubai right now? Because I stopped drowning in RFEs, intake calls, and late night filings. I used to hire freelancers who barely knew what a G28 was. Total chaos. Then I found IMMI support, virtual immigration paralegals trained in real case prep, docket wise, and USCIS workflows. Now my calendar's clean, my clients are happy, and my firm runs while I relax. You can hustle or you can outsource smart. I chose freedom. I chose IMMI support.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Immigration Talk Show. It's me, Sam, and here's my co host, Nipasa, is also here. And today we are having a very important discussion and a really insightful one on the topic US pauses immigration raids at workplaces. So this is a very important topic, a very timely topic, and we have covered, what's happening and also reason behind this shift. So Ranjit is also here and Valiant is also here. So thank you guys for joining us. I think Nipasa, let me go ahead with my next segment that what does this mean for immigrant workers? And after that, friends, we can take up your comments. So stay tuned and stay connected. And also subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. Okay, so if we talk about, what does this mean for immigrant workers? So, firstly, the decision to pause immigration raids at workplaces, has major implications for immigrant workers across the United States. Firstly, there will be less fear at work. Because for now, many undocumented immigrants or workers in farms, hotels, restaurants, and meat packing plant may feel a little, free going to work because they were having this notion all throughout their mind: what if they get caught? What if they have been asked from, ICE officers for their documents or any other proof for their legal status? So before this change, there was constant fear that ICE could show up and conduct a raid and arrest people on the spot. So I think that anxiousness of workers, had even made during their regular job, but this pause right now gives them a bit breathing room and little more freedom as compared to like they'll be able to work freely. Next, raids are paused and not ended. That's absolutely correct. It is important to understand that this is not a permanent stop, it's just a temporary pause. The guidance from ICE is to pause the worksite enforcement in certain industries, but not to end it completely. So don't misinterpret it with the permanent banning. So while there may be fewer sudden arrests in places like farms and restaurants, this could also change at any time, depending on political leadership or maybe some future policies. And next, there will be more stability in key industries. That's absolutely correct because many of the jobs in farming, agriculture, and hospitality, also in meat processing, are done by immigrant workers. And both with the legal one, I mean, both with the legal status and also without the legal status. So by pausing enforcement in these industries, the government is allowing, these sectors to keep functioning smoothly and also to uh, make the US economy a better one. For workers, this means there will be less disruption to their jobs and livelihoods, at least for now. Next, there will be still uncertainty about the future. So, even though this move provides some short term relief for immigrant workers, but still there is uncertainty too. And this change can be reversed quickly. We don't know when it will be, but maybe it can happen and doesn't give any kind of, different I'll say relief to the undocumented workers. It's more of a temporary relief from rates, but not a permanent solution to their immigration status. So I think these were some of the pointers that I had to make. And in short, I'll say that for immigrant workers in these industries, this pause can make them little calm right now. They may not be that anxious, but when it comes, there is nothing termed as guarantee. So you have to be prepared for yourself. Doesn't mean that if you're preparing for best, then also be ready for the worst. Anything can happen at any time and uncertainty is there. So I think with that, Nipasa, if you can also let us know regarding, how the political effect is there. So that will be better for our viewers to understand.
Sure, Sam, sure. Well, if we look at the politics and protests, sort of a mix kind of a feedback we're getting through this move, because this move is not just a policy decision, it's also like a political calculation, it seems. And immigration has been one of the most polarizing topics in American politics, especially if you talk about election seasons, right? And President Trump has consistently maintained a tough stance on border security and even immigration enforcement, fulfilling a key campaign promise. So,
Mhm.
yes, but then if you look at it, not all enforcement actions are politically popular.
Yeah.
Protests erupted last week as well in Los Angeles and other cities, criticizing worksite raids that targeted individuals with no criminal records at all. And
Mhm.
these raids have sparked, you know, broader debate as well. Should immigration enforcement focus solely on criminals or also include those simply working to support their family? So let us know what you folks think as well. And, interestingly, even some of President Trump's supporters have raised questions whether, they support strong immigration laws, but wonder if targeting employees in industries suffering from labor shortages is the best approach as well. After all, if hotels cannot find housekeepers or farms can't find pickers, then the economic consequences will affect everyone in the country, right? And absolutely, as we there's so much happening, so immigration policies like this one will of course continue to generate discussion and discussions like these as well. And I hope that you too, friends, whatever you feel you have shared with us, we're going to take up some comments, of course, but also at the same time, keeping the focus on removing those with criminal records. I think that is the main concern, and it has always been. So this will keep happening. Criminals are going to be removed from this country for sure. And it's a balancing act between policy enforcement and political strategy, I could say. And yes, now let's take up some comments. Sam, let's go first with Ranjit.
All right. So, hi, Ranjit, and thank you so much for being here. Please go ahead, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Okay, so you are saying Donald Trump has promised an expanded immigration crackdown in several large Democratic led cities as apparent vengeance for No King's protest against his administration on Saturday. And there's a continuation to it. You're saying that in new reporting on Monday, Axios claimed US Immigration and Customs Enforcement was $1 billion over budget and set to run out of money in the next 1 to 3 months. All right, Ranjit, thank you so much for this very important information. And why don't you go ahead and dial up this number that is 425-436-6335 with the access code 988888 and join us directly on this live conversation. And do let us know, more about the topic because you have said a lot. So that's wonderful. And thank you so much for participating. And do let us know more. If you have any other information, then please go ahead and we would love to take up those comments. Yes, Napasa, you can go ahead with the other one.
Sure. Valiant is saying, if you sneak into Disneyland, should they let you stay if you get caught? And once you've been caught, should they give you meal money and let you ride the rides for free? This is a funny thought, but thank you so much, Valiant, for this sneak peek into your mind, rather. It's crazy how you think, but yeah, I think worth listening to because everybody is, they are feeling this way. They're kind of having mixed emotions and feeling critical and at the same time thoughtful, whether it's the right thing to be done. But thank you so much. What a nice comment that you have. So, folks, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. And today was a good session. We learned, and but the pause on workplace immigration rates is not just like a policy tweak. It's a reflection of how deeply immigration ties into America's economy. Not just economy, but also politics and daily life. So this move may really offer, short-term relief to immigrant workers in key industries. It's not a long-term fix, though. So enforcement can still happen, and the political debate around immigration is far from over. So, as always, we will be keeping an eye on how things evolve, and we'll keep bringing you the latest updates that matter here on Immigration Talk Show. So, yes, subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show, and also check us out. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram, apart from YouTube. So, also do not forget to share this content with your friends and folks out there who could benefit most. Check out our channel. We have amazing content on US immigration. And thank you so much, each one of you, for joining us here on Daily Immigration Dose today. It was lovely having you. So, this is it. This is Nipasa and Sam signing off for today.
Thank you, everyone.
You know why I'm vacationing in Dubai right now? Because I stopped drowning in RFEs, intake calls, and late night filings. I used to hire freelancers who barely knew what a G28 was. Total chaos. Then I found IMMI support, virtual immigration paralegals trained in real case prep, docket-wise, and USCIS workflows. Now my calendar's clean, my clients are happy, and my firm runs while I relax. You can hustle or you can outsource smart. I chose freedom. I chose IMMI support.